to be more in frame. I'm going to pull this up as we get started here. We should see. Yes. Okay, cute. Okay, turning off volume and turning on. Look at that, Christmas music. Hi guys, welcome to Cocktails and Contours. I'm Bella Noche and I'm here for spoiledNYC, and this is our special holiday edition of Cocktails and Contours, and I am joined by a very, very special guest. Actually is my drag mother. I'm talking. Great. Please say hello to Miss Madison Mansfield.
Hi everybody, I'm very honored to be here tonight. And I'm excited and a little nervous.
Is this your first? You've done Facebook Live before, right?
I've done Facebook Live before, but this is my first interview with my daughter, Bella Noche. And I told her no questions are off the table, and if you know me, I'm very honest.
She can't lie for shit.
I can't lie for shit, so if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer.
So I'm going to be asking us questions. But please feel free. We love hearing from you guys. Your questions are greatly appreciated. So today there wasn't really a theme because it's our first doing something as like a drag mother and daughter. How long has it been? What, like 6 months? 8 months?
Since I am to my daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 6 or 8 months. Yes.
Yeah, it's been about 6 or 8 months. It's been fun. It's been
yes.
cute. And so thank you for being here. And we always start with a cocktail. So cheers to you guys. Happy holidays. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, I get red for filth. I always snatch up the pretty, gorgeous, talented queens.
It's because she's smart.
Sorry about it. Not sorry.
So we have people that are joining and commenting. They're saying that we're gorgeous, and we love that.
Hi, everybody.
We have a lot of people very excited for this episode because it is a no holds barred holiday.
Nope.
And we don't tread lightly here in the Mansfield Manor.
No,
so,
the library is open.
Mine never closes.
Exactly, like Bella said earlier, it never closes.
Never closes. But I wanted to talk because, like, I have guests here every other week, and they are drag queens either in the community or who have done, recent things, and I feel like they could offer something. And, spoiledNYC is all about the celebration of what New York City is, and drag has become such a huge part of New York City, but drag has been around in New York City for a while now.
Yes.
And you've how long have you been doing drag now?
I'm going on my 17th year.
17 years of doing drag. Like,
yes.
You should just get a crown for that.
I have enough.
Oh, wait.
I have enough. I don't need any more haters.
No. If you don't have haters, you're not doing it right.
Exactly.
So, what was your first time in drag? What was that? Just regale us with the tale of how Madison Mansfield came to be.
First time in drag, I actually never had an interest in drag. People may not believe that, but I did not have an interest in drag whatsoever. My husband wanted to do drag for Halloween. Typical
Halloween drag.
And I said, well, do drag. I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. Do drag. And he kept hemming and hawing. So I knew what he was getting at, that he didn't want to do it alone.
Right.
So I said, okay, so do you want me to do drag with you? Is that what you're getting at? Yes, I want you to do drag with me. So fine. I had my mother do my makeup.
You always have someone else do it that first time.
I had no clue.
Right? You busted.
I went as Marilyn Monroe. My husband went as this costume that he bought from Party City, Mega Maid. Disgusting, hairy legs. He was busted. He'll tell you himself, he was busted. But that's his shtick. Like, everybody has a shtick.
Everyone has a shtick.
He didn't want to be pretty. He just wanted to be in drag. And I'm like, no. If I'm going to do drag, I got to be cute. So I went as Marilyn Monroe.
Can't you see the family resemblance?
And we went to a club that was here on Long Island, which is no more. It was called Chameleons. And it was in Island Park. And I went in, and your first time in drag, I looked in the mirror, and I was feeling my oats. I was like, oh, I'm fierce. I look back now, I had lip gloss on and mascara. Tragic. But at
Just a little chapstick.
But at the moment, I thought I was fierce.
Confidence is everything.
And
some people have too much of it.
ain't that the truth? And so I was in the bar, and I was hanging out, feeling my oats, feeling pretty, and I had met, well, my husband and I had met another gay couple about 6 months earlier at a bowling tournament. Yes, I used to bowl.
Butch Queen.
I don't know about all that. A little bit. Oh, but we did take first place in bowling. So, yes.
She real butch. She's not butch. She's
I
a
like
top.
to win, just win. Yes.
That's what it is. She's just a sucker for. She's like, no, whatever I do, I
just
will
like
win.
to win.
I will win.
Yes. Yes. Family. So I was in the bar, and I was feeling my oats, feeling pretty, looking at all the competition, and I was like, oh, I had this, hands down. And in walked this queen with a tiara on her head. So
she was showing up. She's like, just know who I am.
So right there, I was like, who is this bitch? So she walked by me, and I gave her, without words, I said to her, like, bitch. And I could tell her that she said to me with her eyes, cunt. And she walked on by, and I'm like, yeah.
Cunt is a compliment in the drag community.
Yeah.
Like, that's cunt. Yeah.
And I was like, keep walking. And as she passed, my husband and I both turned to this guy who was dressed as a pimp. And we said, oh my God.
Shock and awe.
Chet! And as we called Chet's name, this drag queen suddenly became, the Exorcist? What was her name?
Oh, Reagan?
Reagan. And her neck just... and turned around and was like... Because we were talking to Chet.
Right.
And I looked and I was like, yes, can I help you? And she looked at me and she was like, John? I went, Joey?
Yes!
So I had no idea that Joey did drag, and I'm going to call her out because I changed her name. She now has a fabulous name. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. You can call her out. Maybe she's watching.
What? I'm sure she's watching.
One of my aunties.
I'm sure she was watching. But when she started, she had the name Gina Pastina.
That sounds like an unappetizing
and
side
I
dish.
was just like, oh, hell no. No friend of mine is going to have a name Gina Pastina.
I feel like you can go and get like an Easy Mac box.
Yeah, I'm like... That's like cheap food that you eat when you're a child. I'm like, pastina?
Right, that reminds me of that, like, the Purina cream of wheat shit.
So if any... You'll know who I'm talking about in a moment, but I'm calling her out. I'm just gonna make her look cute. Very much.
Oh, you have two bitches. Like, we're literally looking at this. We're not just talking to you, we're using this as a constant mirror.
Yes.
This is a constant mirror, and it's fantastic. So, we're adjusting for your pleasure. You're welcome.
I changed her name. Actually, we ended up going to a lot of bars and hanging out in drag, just having fun. And she became my best friend. And I was just like, we can't have you being called Gina Pastina. I just can't. So she's Italian. Ooh, excuse me. Really skinny. And I'm like, you know what? You're Gina Marie Versace. And that was because she made me keep doing drag. So if you're gonna make me keep doing drag, I'm gonna make you have a cute name.
No, it's one of those. So like, I'm that queen that, like, if something's off of your face, or something's stuck in your teeth, something in your hair, I will take it off for you. Not only do I want it because I want you to do it for me, but I have to stand next to you. God forbid we're in a picture and you got something in your teeth. I was like, I look cute. What are you doing?
So if you're gonna be my best friend, and
know that I will have your back when it comes to appearance. I will correct you as long as you do it to me.
So if you're gonna be my best friend and you're gonna be my sister and we're gonna be in this game together, you need a cute name. So I called her Gina Marie Versace. I don't know if she'll give me credit for that, but it's the truth. I called her Gina Marie Versace. And
cheers to
cheers.
Improving drag queens one name at a time.
Yes. And the way I came up with Madison Mansfield was... Sorry, I have to take a sip.
It's always time for a sip.
I was trying to pay homage to the first time I did drag, when I went as Mal Monroe, but I didn't want to be called Marilyn. So I'm going to call out another sister.
Tonight's all about calling people out.
I never knew her last name. I always knew her first name. Maybe I heard it, so maybe it was subconscious that I came up with this last name. But when I first wanted to do drag, I remember we were in Provincetown, and I said, I'm going to call myself Madison Sinclair. And Chet, who I was talking,
unremarkable but cute.
Chet, who I was talking about earlier, said, "Oh, so you're going to be Ariel's sister?"
Oh yeah, there's no drag like last names of drag queens.
Right.
They get very territorial over their last names. There was some tea in New York City. There was one queen who had the last name of a more established queen, and she was not having it. And to the sportman's crew, just like, fine, I'm just dropping it because it was a thing. Girls get really territorial with the names and stuff.
I'll come back to that in a second, because I called out the gay mafia on somebody that tried to call themselves Madison. Here on Long Island. Not having that. But we'll go back to that.
Oh, we will.
So again, I said Madison Sinclair, and Chet said, "Oh, so you'll be Ariel's sister." And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't know her.
And he goes, "Well, Ariel's name is Ariel Sinclair." And I said, "Oh, I always just knew her as Ariel." No, it was not, back then,
Right.
nobody said the whole names. And I said, "Well, I don't know Ariel that well, so I can't just take on her name."
Right.
So then, to pay homage to the first time I was in drag, the MM, I was like, alright, so who was like Marilyn but wasn't Marilyn? So I wanted to be Madison. I don't know why, but I just wanted to be Madison.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, who copied Marilyn Monroe? Jane Mansfield. So I became Madison Mansfield.
Cute. I didn't know that story.
So that's,
I did it. Okay.
That's how I became Madison Mansfield.
We all
I kept the MM, like Marilyn Monroe,
Right.
like the first time I was in drag, but I didn't want to be Marilyn, so I'm Madison Mansfield.
I like it. I love hearing queens how they come up with their names. There's always so.
Well, I was always told that it wasn't kitschy enough. It was too real girl. And
Well, no, there are a lot. Like there's some creative names. What is like the most creative, catchy drag name that you know?
Wait, let me think about it, because I've.
There's some really
Penetration.
Penetration. Yes, that's a really.
I remember
really
meeting
good
her
one.
online to a bar, or dementia. I thought that was funny.
That is cute.
Dementia. But I remember meeting Penetration online to a bar in Provincetown. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. I wish I was that creative, but I'm just not.
One of my favorite names, because obviously I work for sport, I'm a writer. Ariel Italic. That's I've gotten to know her. She's a wonderful queen. But I looked at that drag name when I was thinking of drag names, and it was already taken by someone that I was like, no, they'll notice. So I didn't do that. But I've always loved the Ariel Italic name.
I think
it's
Bella
so
fits you perfectly.
Yeah. Well,
you truly are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Well, I got my name because I was watching Lady and the Tramp. And you know that song, Bella Noche. But I was like, I'm Puerto Rican, so I was like, ooh, let's add a little flair, and so that's how I got my drag's name. So Disney named me. But no, it's cute. So we're gonna go through some of your comments because you guys are writing a lot of like cute shit. We have you guys are so interested in the comments.
Wow.
We have one a viewer, Zoe. She says you've been doing drag almost as long as she's been alive.
Thank you, Zoe.
In my book, that's experience.
Below the screen, I'm saying hi with my middle finger. I love you, Zoe. Just kidding.
These young little
These
children.
young queens. Yes,
I did.
I admit I'm an old queen, and I am proud of it. On April 15th, I will be 47 years old.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. And I am not afraid of it. I own my age.
And you don't look it at all, so.
Thank you. And I haven't done Botox yet. And yes, I know I need it.
I haven't done Botox
But I haven't done it yet.
Oh, Zoe, she was kidding. Don't worry about it.
Zoe, I was kidding. I love you. But next time I go to Reno, I hope you have those needles ready, because I want to be full on, like, plastered.
Right. Dottie commented in, and she says that we both look gorgeous. Thank you, Dottie.
Oh, thank you,
and
Dottie.
Thank you for watching. Our friend Veronica Blake says 47 is young. That's because you're your age.
Because she's 65. Oh shit.
Oops. Oops.
Oh,
We love you,
Veronica,
though.
we love you,
though.
Veronica. No, I truly love Veronica. She's a good queen.
It's...
Hi, DC, watching, but she's supposed to be here in New York.
Yeah. A friend of ours, Kevin, is... he says, you pull off that hot near death look. The hot near death look. Fucking Kevin.
Kevin, the most twisted queen I know.
And I adore her.
I adore him. He can do no wrong.
He will say it, and you will take it.
He can do no wrong. Even if it is wrong, it's usually so right.
It's interesting, though, because when I started...
I think he has bodies in his basement.
Oh, I would be very disappointed if he didn't, personally.
And I'd be the first one over to bring the lye to cover the smell.
Clorox, clean out those carpets.
Whatever you need, darling. Call me.
It's interesting, though. There's definitely a form of camaraderie when it comes with drag queens, for those of you who don't know. And, you know, it's called just a little shade. But if we didn't care about you, we wouldn't use the brain juice to, like, come up with an insult for you.
Right. Shade should be fun.
What is...
To be personal, actually, I tell people, if I don't shade you or joke about you
don't matter.
Or mess with you, then I don't like you.
Right, you don't matter.
Right, you don't matter. If I'm just like, oh, hi, how are you? How's the weather? Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Just like you.
She said it. I bought it.
So, so my friend Johnny is watching. He's actually, he's gotten, literally, he wants to try drag, so he's doing his homework, which I commend.
Hi, Johnny, are you cute?
He is cute.
I bet.
He is. He complimented my necklace. He said it's very Oscar carpet.
Isn't
Oscar
it
red
gorgeous?
Carpet.
It is
Thank you.
Thorn and Company, so you can look it up. And
I'm just gonna Vanna White for you for a second.
Yes, this is called Thorn and Company. We're both wearing Thorn.
Come on, product placement.
They are my daddies. And I don't mean daddies, I mean like...
Sure you don't.
No, I wanted him to be my daddy. But I'm not his type.
Oh well, it's fine. We can't
I have an opinion. You just have to be cute and stupid. But
I'm cute but not stupid.
I said too much.
Some guys they like them dumb and quiet, but that's not how people should be. So fuck all of you that think that
bitch.
Women or any people should not have a right or an opinion.
I'm a queen with a degrees. Yes,
plural. Get it. So going back to shade, it doesn't have to be something that you said. What is the best piece of shade you've ever heard thrown? Doesn't have to be at you. It's just been heard. What is one of the best pieces of shade you've ever heard? I know she's heard a lot.
Actually, we had a little pre-talk at my dining room table. I don't know if it's the best shade, but it's just stuck in my...
Sometimes it's good.
It's stuck in my head, so I'm going to talk about it now. There were two queens. We were outside of therapy, and one thought she was being cute.
Keyword thought.
I think you have to know your audience.
Oh, you always have to know your audience.
So I think before you start throwing jabs or shade at any queen, you should know how it's going to land.
Right.
So I would say these two queens didn't know each other that way. So one queen started going in and saying stuff. And what I loved about this other queen is just like, without even like a second, without a thought, she just looked her up and down and she was like, okay, Dorothy Sporniak. And I just stood there like, and as I saw the other one's blood like boiling.
You're like, oh no, that was good. That was a good one.
In my head, I wanted to be like, ah! But so
composure.
So compose myself, and I took the other queen and I gently nudged her. I had to be careful because I'm sure Gigi's watching, so you can't say push. I gently nudged her out of the situation because before
it got
fisticuffs.
More. So that's and sometimes it happens. And just because someone gets mad at it doesn't mean it wasn't good.
It was good. And it was quick. She was like, okay, I looked her up and down. She was like, okay, Dorothy Zborniak.
For those of you who don't know, Dorothy Zborniak is a character from the Golden Girls.
Yes.
And
it's
both a compliment and an insult.
And if you wanted to go deeper, it was a read on her outfit and dating her and...
Gotta come correct.
Sorry.
My favorite one, I forgot where I heard this, but I've adopted it in for mine. So if anyone's watching and like has said this, I apologize. I'm not using your joke. Mine is just like, one of the things I love about her is she's just like a penny, worthless and found in everyone's pants.
Oh no! If we're gonna talk about reads like that, Mima, who's calling my house? Who never calls my house?
Right. Of course, the phone goes off.
Of course.
There's. What is that? What, a landline? What is that?
I don't give out the landline.
Why do you? That's the FBI calling, ladies and gentlemen. What have you done?
It just
what
comes.
Have you done?
It comes with the cable.
But who's calling you?
Nobody has that number.
They call him. They call him for a debt. Or
no, you know what I get?
There's about to SWAT busting through this screen.
I get numbers from the school county telling me about my child who hasn't been in school for five days in a row. I'm like, hello, I'm gay, I don't have a child.
I was gonna say, I was just like...
My children have been swallowed. But, so somebody obviously gave out a wrong number. But, since you said the penny one, if you're gonna talk about that, you just reminded me. She's like the Staten Island ferry. Everybody gets a ride.
For free. So again, it's little things like that, and we throw it. And like, friends do this too. This isn't just like limited to drag queens. I have one friend who I've known since I was 3 years old, and we have not hung out unless we've thrown at least 3 like little digs at each other. It's how some people show love.
Gina and I don't even. If Gina says to me like, "Hi, how are you? How's your day?" I'm like, "What's wrong?" I want her to be like, "Cunt, bitch,"
right?
But
why are you being kind?
Like, why are you being nice? Like, what's wrong?
Are you dying? Are you dying?
Did they find out that your herpes spread
to your throat? Oh, this is fun. This is fun. So someone asked what cocktails we're drinking. We're being very festive yet very simple. We're doing orange stoli and cranberry.
Do you like the diamond glasses?
Look at that. They sparkle. They sparkle just like us. And they're cute. You said this is the first time that you've brought them out. Yeah. You have to have a virginity somewhere.
First time lips have ever been on them.
I've run out of different virginities.
First time lips have ever been on them. Just like me.
So speaking of children, you know, we established you are my drag mother, which it's funny because for the longest time, not only did I didn't lobby to have a drag mother, I had like queens that were like helping me along stuff, but never was just like, I want a drag mom. I was like, no, I got this. I don't accept help easily. I'm one of those that are just like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna prove that I know how to do this. So I didn't actively campaign for a drag mom, and then I met you, and we just like clicked. And I didn't know that she was even thinking about that. I didn't until you actually said it. I think that's why we
did click, and because I never really had a drag mom for many years. Because I was the same way. I'm like, I've got this. Okay. I don't need a drag mom. I got this.
I'll take some help, but I don't need someone to be like.
But then I actually had 2 queens fighting over being my drag mom. Well, no. I had one that I called my drag mom because they were really close friends and I loved them and respected them. And then I had another person that just elected to call themselves my drag mom. I think you need permission.
Right. Like there needs to be a little conversation.
Like I asked you, are you cool with it? And you were like, yes. If you would have said no, we would have moved on.
We wouldn't be sitting, we might be sitting here.
I
definitely wouldn't be wearing this right now.
Yes.
But no, it's kind of cool having someone as a drag queen who has a mother later in her drag career, and even though I'm still technically a baby, it's kind of cool to have someone to, like, because I admire the hell out of you.
I just think you should have somebody to. I believe in, because that's the way I was, going your own way and learning your own lesson. But you should have somebody that you should be able to come to ask questions.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm.
Or if you get yourself in a situation with a certain group of people or whatever, you can say, what do you know about so-and-so? And I can be like, oh, girl, watch that one. Or I can be like, oh, no, she's good.
Yeah, well, that's super helpful. So, one of the things that you've definitely helped navigate, Madison and I are both members of the Imperial Court of New York. We have a lot of our Imperial Court sisters watching now, so hi ladies, and for the guys that are watching,
hi, the Imperial Court system.
Thank you for tuning in. And I'm a new member. Madison is actually, I'm going to keep throwing her compliments. She's the current reigning Empress of
Regent.
Regent
There's some
Empress.
haters out there if you don't say Regent.
Regent Empress, which you deserve. So it's interesting how drag communities form. There's all these different kinds of communities, and you form bonds with this one, you form bonds with that one, and it's been fun seeing, because you started in nightlife, correct?
Yes. Well, at first, Gina, bringing up Gina again, we used to just hang out in bars and just to have fun. And after hanging out at this bar, that bar, this bar, I turned to Gina, I'm like, there has to be something more. There has to be something more to drag than just dressing up like a woman and hanging out in a bar. And I had a friend come to me who told me about a pageant that was coming up. Now, anybody who's out there,
pageant girl.
Anybody who's out there will, I'm dating myself. It was a pageant called Miss Annie M's. So anybody out there in Long Island or the Annie M's crew, there was a bar that was called Annie M's, and they used to have a pageant every year. So I convinced Gina, let's join the pageant. But, like, again, Gina's my best friend, and she's my sister, so we had a talk, and we were like, even though we're best friends, even though we're drag queens, even though we're doing pageants together, a lot of times we're going to be against one another, running against each other.
It's competitive.
You have to swear to me, this is irrelevant. Our friendship is what matters. So no matter...
It's very important.
Yeah, so well, I would say to all queens out there, or anybody who's thinking about doing drag, find somebody who has your back. That you can compete, like this one queen, Gina Marie Versace, and I hope you're watching, she has had my back. We compete in competitions against one another, and we've never had that issue. Do you know what I mean? Like, if she won, I was out there, her biggest cheerleader. If I won, she was my cheerleader. And you need to find somebody like that who just has your back, who knows the game you're in. And we knew the game we were in, and we decided, you win, I got you. If I win, I got you. So back to the NEM's pageant. So my friend told me about this pageant. So I joined the NEM's pageant, and I buy a cute dress, I'm thinking I'm special. And actually the queen that I was going to name myself after, Ariel Sinclair, was the host.
She's fabulous.
How life just goes around, around. And Ariel and I are now friends now. But back in the day, I didn't know her. Even though my mother told me that she was her favorite drag queen, I was like, hello. But so Ariel was the host. I bought this cute dress. It was pink, and I thought I was special. And we're back in the dressing room, and everybody puts on their pageant gown. Do you know 3 bitches have my dress?
I would die.
3 bitches have my. There was a white girl in white. There was a girl in black, and I was in pink. And there was only 7.
At least it wasn't the same color.
Right, at least it wasn't the same color.
But still.
But
I'd be fuming. I was like, I need to go shopping right now.
Only 7 contestants. And
half of them looked the same.
And 3 of them had the same dress on. So I'm like, oh. And I had never performed before. So I went out and I performed. And we did a little shtick. So there was the title of Miss Annie M's, which went to another queen who, sorry that I don't remember her name.
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it.
Be more relevant.
Yeah, I never saw her again, actually.
What did I just say?
Yeah, relevant. But she was good. She did a scat number that went on forever. But it was good. And then there was Miss Long Island. Miss Long Island Gay Pride Parade, and I was named Miss Long Island Gay Pride Parade.
Come on, get those
And
titles.
it
Get
was
those
like-
titles.
I felt my veins fill like heroin. I was like, yes!
She pulled a Whitney Houston. She's like, I'm
Whitney
never going
is-
back. Never.
Yes, but I knew to stay away from the tub.
It's so sad that someone's defeated by 2 inches of water. It's so sad. So we have a question from our viewer, Paul, who's a very special viewer. He says, as experienced drag performers, oh, he called me experienced. He's so sweet. What would be your favorite part of doing drag as a whole?
Favorite part of doing drag? Well, mine now, with my bar experience and nightlife experience, and now with the pageant and the court experience, is meeting the different queens with such different styles. I've traveled the country with the organization that I'm part of, which is the Imperial Court of New York now, and every queen has a different style, and you have to accept that queen for their style. I may not paint like you, I may not dress like you, I may not act like you, but you should respect and honor that queen's look.
Can you tell she's a fucking pageant girl or what?
No, it is. No, you should.
No,
Like,
I'm
I will
joking.
tell you,
But that was such a good pageant answer.
I'm
I
going to
love
give a
it.
shout out to my girls in Reno, my Jewel sisters. Hi, girls, I love you. They make fun of me. They tell me I don't contour because they paint for not the back row, the parking lot. They make sure you see them. They are contoured. They are defined. And the first time I came out, they're like, "Girl, like, are you gonna shave?" I'm like, "I am shaded. This is New York. This
Right.
is what we do.
We go for fishy.
We go for fishy. They go for like."
Well, the great thing about drag in New York is there's every sort of style.
Oh, there is.
In New York. Like, there's the fishy queens, there's
the
camp,
fishy queens.
there's the monsters, there's the
hairy
cosplay.
queens,
Yes,
the-
the hairy,
yes.
but so like, and everything is loved in New York City, and that's one of the things I love about the New York City drag scene. So,
Exactly.
to get you away from your pageant answer, because we're supposed to be talking a little tea.
Right.
What is
Yeah, let's spill some tea.
selfishly? What is your most favorite thing about doing drag?
Selfish. Ooh. You know I'm a bad liar.
That's why I asked.
Okay.
She'll pull out a pageant answer, but not with a direct question.
No, I'm not gonna pull it out. I'm gonna be totally honest. The attention.
It's just fun.
The
It's
attention. I love the attention I get. Even though I'm married, I love you. I love you, chasers. They're fun. They're
Are
fun. Yes, I like your little photos, even though I don't ask for you to send them.
Right?
I appreciate
If
them.
anyone's gonna send me a dick pic, make sure it doesn't look like a diglet first. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I like the free cocktails. I like. Well, I'm an only child, so I like to be adored.
You don't say.
You don't. Yeah.
No, it's one of the I've always was a more sheltered kid, and growing up I was kind of insecure. I was on the larger side. I really didn't have the confidence to do that, and drag was kind of like almost like a dream come true. It was a gateway for me to be like, hey, go out and perform and like talk to people and get noticed. And you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying
Right.
like, yeah, I like being looked at, especially when you look like us.
Well, I was more on the shy side. I don't know if my mom's watching.
She is.
but
Hi,
she
Mama
can, she can attest.
Mansfield.
I was some of you may not believe it, but it's true. I was a goody two-shoes. I have 5 cousins, and I'm sure none of them are watching. I don't speak to them. Well, one, may she rest in peace. But 5 cousins, and I say this with love, all spawned from the devil. Like, I won't call out.
That is the best.
I won't.
That is the best follow-up
Right.
to "I say this with love" I've ever heard in my
I
life.
won't call out what
They're of the devil.
what they did, but like
Sorry.
they were devil spawn. So I was like, well, how do
Are we talking like Exorcist or like Insidious?
like they made their parents' life hell? Like
fucking
you know what
assholes.
you name it. I'm not gonna call them out like that, but like drugs and stripping and whores.
What, my Friday night? How dare you?
So they all did that. So I was the youngest, and I'm like, well, what can I do to stand out? Because they're all bad. So my way of standing out was I was a goody two-shoes.
Okay.
I went to Catholic school.
She was going to be adored no matter what.
Yeah, I was like, please and thank you, and I was very polite. I never gave my parents a day of trouble, and you owe me.
Mama, she's watching you.
Yes.
Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming, remember?
Ho, ho, ho.
I never had to call you at the police station to come pick me up. So...
I guess someone did.
So that was the way... And so I became very shy and reserved and goody two-shoes. So when I first started, like, experimenting as drag, I found this other persona. Well, I'm actually, when I'm not in drag, still am pretty shy. But when Madison gets done, this other person just comes out.
It's interesting. In my own drag journey, I felt like, developing Bella as a person, it's another character. It's another brain. It's another side of you that comes out. Because I'm very different as Isaiah than I am as Bella. And there's a lot of queens that are like that. It's just this side that is able to come out. Something about getting dressed up and makeup, no matter what makeup you're putting on your outfit.
We're not the same person we are.
Yeah,
when you're done with the mirror, once the wig goes on and the heels go on and everything's tucked and another person comes out.
Oh, guess who just joined?
Who's that?
That slut, Sylvia Hart.
Oh, Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia Hart Mansfield.
Mwah, love you. Her birthday's coming up.
Yes, her birthday's coming up.
She's made sure that all of Facebook knows that her birthday's coming up.
I gotta give her love because I don't know if anybody's been watching, but like Gwen Stefani's all over TV. But Gwen Stefani did this thing, and I saw this dress, and I'm like, I'm a drag queen who's not scared about white. Even though I'm chunky, I don't care. I still like white. And I said, I want that dress. And who was the first one on my phone? Sylvia Hart. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the skirt. Here's the top. Here's the belt. Blah, blah, blah. All ordered. I'll be having it. You'll be seeing it soon.
No, she's good.
Thank you, Sylvia.
She's my Connecticut sister. Queen. I love. No, she's fierce. And
I see Gina joined.
I was just gonna say.
Did she join after we spoke about her for like a half hour?
Madison talked about you for like 20 minutes. You
have to go back.
You have to go back. When it's done, I'll post the video, and you have to go back because, girl, Pastina.
Your name came up a lot.
Pastina. Sounds like a bad belly dancer.
No, but she's a fierce bitch.
No, she is. I adore her. She's like she's one of my drag aunties.
She has become. There's no more Pastina. She truly is a Versace.
Thank God. We have Bill complimenting on it. So like a fun little thing, because we have a lot of people from viewing everywhere making the comments where you're from and where you're watching from. I've had people that are from like India. I've had people that have done from the Philippines. So where you're watching, if you can hear me, comment where you're coming from. You have somewhere like really cool out of the way, or like if you're down the block, I'll call you out too. So I just
like
love seeing where everyone's from.
Like a just down the block.
Literally, our Dwayne Scooter, which is down the block. I could throw my heel.
I'm waiting for Pee Wee's Playhouse. Ding dong, and she shows up at the door.
Okay, we have another question. Mm-hmm. Who from Johnny? What's been your best celebrity encounter who hasn't been a drag queen?
Alright, I've met a lot of celebrities.
Just saying.
I know I have. But I was not so much as I'm a drag queen, and in the court I've met a lot of celebrities. But prior to my husband, I used to date a record producer. And so
she knows how to pick them.
So he was cute too. And stacked too.
Yes! Stacked.
And so I used to meet celebrities left and right, but I was always told you can't fan out, you can't. So everybody who knows me knows I love Madonna. Madonna was 3 feet in front of me, and I'm like this. And he just looked at me and said, "Don't you dare." And I met Madonna, I met Cher, John Stamos, the list went on and on. But if you want to hear a funny celebrity encounter, just recently, my husband and I went to Nashville. My husband wins, like, you know, he wins trips, and
Her husband is like the luckiest gambler alive.
Man in the world.
The raffle tickets he buys, like he just
tickets.
wins things like randomly, like just it's uncanny. It's amazing.
He listens to this radio station and he wins concert tickets all the time. So he won the concert tickets, but these concert tickets that he won, he was put into the grand prize picking, which was a free trip to Nashville to meet Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, cute! Come on,
And
Kelly.
this was like right after she had a child and blah, blah, and people were ripping her apart on TV about her weight
Body.
and
Yeah,
body
I
and
remember
blah,
that.
blah, blah, blah. So in my head, I kept thinking like that I was going to see like a heavy person. You know what I mean? So you know when you have
the expectations were.
you know when
low.
you have like an image in your head, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, she's gonna be heavy, but then we turned the corner and I looked at her. I'm like, people were body shaming her, hating on her, calling her all sorts of names. She was far from heavy. She was a cute woman, a beautiful woman, who just had a baby. So, you know how I was thinking in my head, like, oh, I'm going to be seeing a heavy woman. I turned the corner and I was just like, I literally,
you couldn't talk.
and she's like, are you okay?
No.
And I went, I love you. So that's my Kelly.
I love you.
That's my Kelly Clarkson timer. I was
but
like,
no,
I love you.
it's an important thing to touch. Is there's impossible standards for beauty in all of
Yes.
society right now, and it's men, woman, gay, straight, drag queen, performer, bartender, any sort of walk of life, and it's so important. You need to love and accept yourself for who you are, because all of us have our own beauty that we express on a daily basis, and there's an impossible standard that a lot of society has set, and a lot of people suffer because of it. So the most important thing is to make sure that you love yourself and treat yourself right, and realize that you're beautiful before all of this comes
Right.
on. So be good to yourselves and realize that, hey, not all of us can be Victoria Beckham. Victoria Beckham can't even be Victoria Beckham.
No, she can't.
Those
You absolutely should love yourself. I actually thought to myself, I should have coined that phrase before the other queen. If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love...
Did you hear that before
Yes.
the other queen?
Before that other queen. Because I used to say that way back in the day. You have to love yourself.
RuPaul stole that from
Yeah.
Madison Mansfield.
Oh,
I'll
she
see
didn't
that.
steal it from
I'll
me.
see that on Twitter tomorrow.
She didn't steal it from me,
I'm
but
joking.
it was my motto. Like, you have to love yourself. Because
It's true.
no
it's
matter
true.
what somebody else says, no matter... Even if you see another queen who is not your aesthetic, who is not your look, okay, so why do you have to be hateful?
Get to know her. You might like her.
You might like her.
I am like eternally cursed. Like if I'm guilty of that sometimes. Like, ooh, I haven't talked to them. I just don't like them or whatever. And almost all the time it turns around and this person I end up becoming friends.
Yeah.
And I have to just like eat my own words. And so
Yeah.
it's a good lesson in humility.
No,
Absolutely.
we've
'Cause
talked
you never
about
know.
it.
Yeah.
I've said that there's queens, I see their aesthetic and I don't get it. But they're hits. And so obviously they're doing something right.
Yeah.
That is your gig. It's not my gig. Okay.
Awesome. So we are actually kind of reaching the end of our cocktail. So I wanted to end with, the holidays are a time for love and peace and joy, but they're also
Yes.
a time where a lot of bottled things tend to come out when you get around family and friends, all the holiday parties, all the holiday drama. It's very popular. So I wanted to play a little game with you.
Sure.
I'm going to say a person, place, or thing, and you are going to say the first shady thing that comes to your mind about it. Are you ready?
Wait. Okay.
It won't be anything crazy. So we'll start. Okay.
First shady thing. Okay.
The first shady or constructive criticism, if you will. I won't say anyone that is like our friend or anything. I'll give people or things that just deserve an opinion.
You know
so,
I'm a bad liar, so go ahead.
no, that's why this is perfect. So the first person I
I'm
would
a
say,
pageant queen.
right? She's a pageant. So this is gonna go real interesting. So, are you ready?
Let's
Are you
see
ready?
Let's
Are
see-
you ready?
Let's see how I'm feeling.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with something
I
easy.
feel like I'm on Bravo, like the... Can
And
I
watch
take
what
the
happens.
fifth?
No, you can.
I
okay,
have to answer.
you can use one pass.
I can use a pass.
Right, you can use one pass. And you can do a lifeline. Like, let's say if you want a lifeline, then you guys can get to answer.
Also, if I say lifeline, they can help.
You get one. You get one pass.
One
and you
pass
get one
and
lifeline.
one lifeline. Okay.
So pay attention because the best shady comment will win. So I'll start with something easy.
Okay, Jesus, take the wheel.
Beyonce.
Beyonce. You want first shady thing?
The first shady thing or critique that you can say about her.
I like Beyonce.
Oh, she's gonna peel this pack.
No, I like
shit.
Beyonce. I'm trying to think of something. She left those other two bitches behind. Like, boop,
bye. See ya.
Sorry
Didn't really know
about
you
it.
that well. Sorry about it.
But I like her. I can't think of something shady. She's good. She's like my second Madonna.
Second Madonna. Okay. So
Madonna's my number one.
No, Madonna's number one. All right. If you were to say something shady about Madonna, what would you say?
Really bad fashion. I love Madonna, but sometimes she wears things and I'm like, girl. And if people think I use Facetune, that girl, oh, come on.
What's the shadiest thing you would say about New York City?
Too many people and touch it. Like, ugh.
Don't touch me.
Like, don't touch me. I don't know you. Like, don't touch me. Get out of my face.
Leather jackets.
I like leather jackets.
I know. I'm inspired by your thing.
Things. No. Something shady about leather jackets? There comes an age limit.
Not everyone should be pulling off the leather jacket.
It becomes the... Alright, if we're going to say something shady about leather jackets, there's an age limit.
Know when you've hit it.
And don't break out the Michael Jackson beat it look. Not cute.
Done. Cliffhangers.
What do you mean by cliff? Like
With
the
the
toes
toes?
or the... Doing a scooter wig. Sorry about it.
No, she's not. Saturday Night Live.
Shadiest thing? Before Trump, your show sucked. You should be...
So much fodder.
You should be paying... Well, first of all, I'm not a Trump supporter. Let's get that right. But you should
Is
be
anyone
giving...
really?
You should be giving Trump royalties and... what's the actor?
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. He should be getting every award. Because
every award.
Before Trump, Saturday Night Live was a snooze fest.
Okay, and I've said this. What's the shadiest thing you would say about me?
About you.
Because if you can't say it to your face, who else are you going to say it to?
I don't think it's shady because I think we have this in common. 0 fucks given. 0 fucks.
But I try so hard to pretend like I care.
0 fucks. She actually is sweet and kind, but like, if you're gonna be like, boo-hoo, 0 fucks. She's just gonna move on.
It's true.
It's
so
like,
true.
come on, get a life, move on.
Over it.
Over
Officially.
it. All about it.
Ew, who the fuck is calling?
Chaser.
Probably, because those are the things.
It looks like it was
okay.
from India.
Shadiest thing you can say about the random chasers and all the drag queens know who I'm talking, like people I'm talking about.
They're all from like Afghanistan. Like, I thought it was illegal there.
I'm gonna get fired. No, I'm joking.
Like they are. I thought it was like illegal to be homosexual there.
I think it is actually.
But meanwhile, they all contact you from like Afghanistan.
These random profiles with like one picture, a picture of a car, a picture of a girl with lingerie, and then like a sparkly teddy bear with a rose. That's every chaser's profile ever.
friend everybody. I used to be like, okay, I'll be a friend. But then I started like looking at the profiles. Yeah, like a picture of a car, a picture of a cat, picture of a Coke can. I'm like,
and then like a picture of like this on their face.
I'm like, nope, delete.
Sorry, you're not
Sorry.
you're not a person to
I'm
me.
like, no, you're gonna start sending me weird pictures. And then even though when I'm bored and I accept them, because my husband and I talked about
You're not
this.
even entertaining when we're bored.
No. Then they're like, I love you. I want to marry you. I'm like, you're in Afghanistan. Like,
I don't know why I find that funny, but I do.
I'm like, how are you gonna marry me? Sorry, you're not getting a green card.
Next.
I'm already married.
Exactly. And your husband's lovely. I love
Sorry.
him. I was expecting him to like half walk in. But isn't it so I've had an amazing time with you.
Yeah.
This is like so much fun. Your house is gorgeous. It's literally like Christmas threw up in a good way.
It has. It's
no,
all
like
over.
it was like planned. It was like planned up. I don't want to say bulimia because that's insensitive, but you know. But no, it's gorgeous. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
It's been an amazing time.
Is
getting
our
to know
hour
you,
up?
and yes.
Wow,
yes.
that was quick.
Right, it goes quick. I love doing the show because you just start talking.
And I was so
and you have fun.
nervous.
A lot of
I
the
was ready
girls
to
are
spill
like,
some more tea. Let's talk about Twinkle Montgomery.
ah!
I know she's watching.
No one else. We don't need to talk about her. Everyone else already does.
Shame.
No, we love you.
No, I just can't believe the hour's up.
No, it's good. So,
But thank you.
yeah. So, just a little last minute thing. You can find both of us online. I'm on Instagram at spoiledNYC. And
Madison Mansfield 01 on Instagram or on Facebook as Madison Mansfield.
yes, and just a little thank you to you guys. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Next time I see you will be after Christmas. So all of you have a very happy holiday. Safe holiday, whether you're spending with family, friends, or your dog, who's like, sometimes I'd rather spend Christmas with just a dog.
Meanwhile, I
rather than
thought
any
my
people.
dogs were going to join us.
Oh, they're such attention whores, just like their mother.
Sorry about it.
No, she's not. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be back in 2 weeks with another special guest for our pre-New Year's edition, so that one's going to be a party too.
And please check out all events for the Imperial Court of New York at www.icny.tix.com.
There's some fun shit coming up, and so if you can make it, it's fabulous. So thank you guys again for tuning in, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Good night, New York City.
Peace out.